Like, I'm putting in minimum effort for this to go well. Like, I'm just telling funny jokes. But it's all on you to spread it.
Listen up, I got a story to tell about two homies from high school. You know them real well. They started a podcast, turned it into a hit, talking jokes and laughs. Yeah, they call it in the bit. In the zone.
What?
Starting off strong.
What did you say?
I said, welcome back to In the Bit.
I thought you saying get in the zone, like the auto zone. You're like, get in the zone, autos. And we're not doing free ads for them either, so fuck that.
Could be a nice crossover, though. So if you're listening,
What's up, fellas?
welcome back.
Welcome back, dude. Cheers. We'll get it down one day. Drink the glizzies.
Cheers, man.
Spilled on myself already. Starting off strong.
This is a special President's Day episode. Salute.
Dude, what'd you do to celebrate President's Day?
Yeah, I just watched a bunch of conspiracy theories. But yeah.
Dude, I like a hardworking American, did a bunch of yard work today. Like I was saying,
Oh,
B
yeah?
of W was out of town, so
Who was?
B of W.
You're done.
Yeah.
Your bow.
So your boy was just out there doing hard-working work, and yeah, that's how we do. Dude, speaking of President's Day, I think I'm officially on the RFK train, dude.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I think it's pretty sus to like be locked in on one person anyway. Like I feel like it's kind of annoying, but I think he's got me.
Okay.
It took me a while. I think I'm on.
Okay.
I think I'm on board.
Again,
Which like
you're turning your back on Trump, Daddy.
I mean, I don't.
This is so really starting this one off strong too.
Nah, dude. I think, and I don't know if he really wants my like, what's it called when my endorsement via this pod. Like, I don't think this is gonna move numbers for him. But
All 40 of you.
we're doing it, dude. We're on board. So RFK, you got my back.
But for the record, that's David's endorsement. It's not representative of the pod. The pod has not made a final decision yet. I think we need to.
I mean, I'll hold out until we'll cut that in based on whoever wins, and then we'll go back and be like,
we should just like go through one and be like, and I personally endorse Hillary, Michelle Obama, and then we'll just kind of like splice out whichever the winner is and be like, we would support them all along.
Dude, but now you're a big Biden guy, though, right?
So now we're just personal attacking guy like me, vote for Biden. Get me fired up already.
It's sick President's Day. We both had off, which is nice. A lot of people didn't.
Salute. You know the presidents don't even get off from President's Day.
I don't think our current president's worked since he's been in there. You know, he's kind of not there. But
Are you really going to insult my boy like that now?
Yeah. But even bigger than President's Day, dude. We officially launched. You're welcome. We're live. We're doing it. I've been reading the comments. I will stop fucking playing with the mic. You know who commented that? My B of a W, and that's in person. She just told me before I got here. She goes, "Don't play with the mic," and I was like, "I'll do what I want."
Yeah. She's really just laying in on that hate early.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm sure, like, if we get any comments, they'll all be constructive feedback.
They were all pretty positive, other than hers.
But now we so we'll run down a little bit of what we did for the launch.
Yeah, hopefully in the beginning of this, maybe we'll edit it in, kind of like Gardini edits, like fun clips into Matt and Shane. We'll like edit it in our like launch.
I was thinking we can like just edit in into like a clip or video like here, and
or here,
and
or
here,
subscribe here,
or here, or there. So depending on how lazy we are, or how motivated we are, we might edit a bunch in, or it'll be at the beginning or end. We'll see.
Did we get any sponsors yet?
Anything
come through?
No. Well, maybe.
I mean, you just bought a fucking coffee table, so if you've been smuggling money, if you've been getting offers, I'd be so fucking mad. Like, no, we did get AutoZone, and you just threw it in there without telling me. You're like, he probably won't catch this.
I did text Dave, and I was like, so I just bought a bunch more stuff for the podcast, like $400 worth of stuff. And he was like, "What are you buying?" I was like, "It's a surprise."
I was like, "We don't have the budget, dude."
But it was like my coffee table. I have like some wall art coming in, all completely unrelated to the pod.
Yeah.
But
you got to spend money to make money in the podcast game.
But
so we launched. It's a good time. I don't even know how many views we're at. We're not going to check it live on the pod, but keep it going through the roof, dude. This is all on you because we're, like we said in the beginning, we're not going to try it all for this. This is literally on you.
In case you haven't picked it up yet.
Yeah, if we are not happy with our lives and we don't succeed at this is your fault, not the quality of the content we're producing. So.
Ah, man.
But anyway.
But
Yeah, man. What else?
You know, I wrote. So I got for the fans. I was getting jealous when I was watching the videos. How cool it looked for David to actually be reading his notebook.
Just a legit comic dude over here.
Meanwhile, I'm like reading off my phone. So my voice cracked there. So I got myself a little notebook, but now I feel like I'm using it as a crutch because I got ready to look at a life update that I already knew. I was like, so today at 4 p.m.
What
would I do without this?
Yeah.
But no, so just a quick thing with, that kind of life subject updates. I'm starting to think that I don't actually get hungover that bad. I just don't take care of my body while I'm hungover.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because like in college, it's the classic like, oh, the best hangover food is like really greasy food and stuff, and just like taking a day off. Okay, spending 2 days laying down eating nothing but like Five Guys is probably not helping me.
You basically just live like the 500-pound lifestyle when you're hungover. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, oh, this hangover is just so bad. It's like, well, maybe if I didn't just eat like 4,000 calories a day and do absolutely no activity, get no fresh air.
Yeah, no, I remember in college, I would just go like work out for a while. I mean, I'd also just bounce back so easily. Yeah, no, Logan hit me with that the other day when I was hungover. She was like, why don't you go for a run and make you feel better? I was like, you fucking high? Like, go for a run right now? I'll throw up. Yeah, no, I treat myself like dick too.
Yeah, but so I'm thinking I'm going to at least try to start forcing myself out of the house like when I'm hungover. Or just drink less. I guess there's always that. But
no, I do the fatter thing, so when I'm typically hungover, I'm not hungry at all. I think we talked about this. Like, I get like a little tummy, tummy issues. My tummy hurts, and then like I can't eat anything because I get real nauseous. But I force myself to eat more food, and that typically makes me feel better.
Makes sense.
So yeah, so I just get even fatter.
Yeah, no, mine's just like in waves of like haven't eaten anything, like eat a ton, haven't eaten anything, eat a ton, and then I'm like, oh man. I'm just these hangovers are crushing me.
Yeah.
It's probably not that.
Honestly,
it's just not taking care of your body.
It's getting bad to the point now too that like because there's so many different like hangover remedies, right? Like do this, do that. Obviously, people say work out. I throw in the towel now though too, and I just literally start drinking again the next day. Like I did that Saturday or whatever day was the bad day. I got up and drank Twisted Teas, and Logan was like, "That sounds terrible," and I was like, "It's the only thing that's gonna help."
The nice little hair of the dog.
Yeah.
See,
but it's my go-to now. Like that used to be like
only on occasions, right?
Yeah. Now I'm like I'm doing it no matter what. Like doubling down.
I feel like that always ends up just like prolonging the hangover for me.
Oh yeah, no, because I'm gonna drink like at least 6 more drinks a day, and then the next day I'm gonna go, why am I still like foggy?
Yeah, no. But other than that,
we had the roast. That happened since the launch too.
Oh, that was since the launch.
Yeah.
That was a good time.
30th birthday party.
Yeah. What was your feedback on that?
Mind
you, your beautiful B of a W's watching.
I mean, in terms of the party putting together, everyone was pumped on the party. I chose nicely in terms of like picking a wife that can throw parties and planning and all that. It's sick. Highly recommend you do that. But no, I mean, all the other feedback was positive. I mean, everyone said like everyone did a good job in terms of like roasting and all that. So it was fun. Yeah,
no, it was a good time.
Yeah, no, I had a good time. Maybe we'll throw up. Probably won't throw up on the Patreon. We'll throw up a couple clips potentially.
No, it was pretty cool to see you up there again, though, because obviously, like with the roast, the person getting roasted ends. Yeah. But it was cool to see David just like locked it back in, like he's in his stand-up mode. It's been like 5 years since I've done it. Yeah. I was like, have you prepared? He's like, you're like, no, I'm just gonna go off the dome, just rattle it off. So, yeah, you gonna get back out there soon?
Do we hope so? Yeah, we'll see. Or I'm just gonna ride this podcast. I hope. I would love to just become a famous podcaster and then get it back into stand-up, and people will be like, wow, that guy fucking sucks. He just using his fame of podcasting. And I'm like, no, I tried to be a stand-up once, and it just failed miserably. But I don't know.
Well, it's kind of like with Matt and Shane when they're always talking about how a lot of their shows where it's not just fans of the podcast are rough.
Oh yeah.
Because they have so many shows where they'll just it's their actual fans.
Yeah.
But if people are just going to see a comedy show, they actually have to perform.
Yeah.
Like if you and I were to go, you and I were to go to a show, we'd laugh no matter what he says. But if like we had no clue who they
true,
were,
yeah.
so there's a little bit of that bias going on. So hopefully we'll be a big enough presence that they'll
That'd
laugh
be sick,
no matter
dude.
what.
We start taking over Port City with the
Yeah.
People start recognizing
Port City's #1 comedy podcast.
Port City podcast.
Port City's podcast.
Yeah.
Should we just pivot into being a local only podcast? Just
Welcome
for
back to
fans?
Port City Podcast.
Just to get like a fan base and then switch back.
Yeah. But no, maybe we'll go back out there. We'll see. I think this will help starting to develop some material. I wonder if I can do Republican Batman on stage and if it would transfer at all.
I feel like it would rock. Yeah. I think that would be.
What's up, Dead Crow?
Dead Crow, how are we feeling tonight?
I'll tell you what's the problem in Wilmington. It's the homeless.
It's Sleepy Joe.
Yeah. Yo, I forgot to tell you. The other weekend, I'm not gonna say my BMW the entire episode. That would Logan and I and the dogs went to the park, just doing husband shit, and we walked around. And I didn't tell Logan about this because I saw it and I just laughed hysterically. There was a trash can. Like, there's a walking path around the entire park. It's like 4.5 miles.
Which parks is that?
Green.
I guess we don't have to dox our entire
whatever,
lives,
yeah.
but
It's right down the road.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know the one you're talking about.
And there was like a trash can on the path, but like in a not secluded area of the path, but like definitely like not like the main part of the park. And then on the trash can there was dust on top, and somebody wrote something about Sleepy Joe Biden. Like it was like Sleepy Joe Biden fucking sucks. And I was like, yo, what a crazy spot to mark your political statement.
Jeez.
And it was written in like nice girl handwriting too. It was like.
Do you remember that the picture I sent you from like a truck stop that was like that?
Oh yeah, with someone writing
Let
on
me
the
see if I
bathroom
can
stalls.
quickly find it.
Yeah, if you look at it, I like to read all of the comments in bathroom stalls now. They're so funny.
Yeah, no, this was an insane
Everything
one.
like how people always say like everything's so political now. That's everything so political, dude. When bathroom stall discussions usually used to just be about getting head there or like fucking somebody, and now it's like this is what I think about illegal immigration right now.
Well, that was hopefully I can find it and we can insert it or something. But that was the funniest part with this one. It wasn't like a one-liner. It was like full-on political like discourse. It was like one person wrote like Trump 2024, and the person was like, "Wow, you like conservative R word, like you get your head out of his ass or something." And like they're like, "Yeah, but honestly, like Biden's immigration policy, like full on, like I think it was like 5 back to back."
It's a blue collar Twitter feed, dude.
Yeah, which would be funny if it was actually the same people that come back.
Oh,
Like it's
yeah.
like their truck stop. You could have like a love story off of that actually. We'll cut that part out. Maybe that'd be a good movie. Like so essentially it's a truck stop and a trucker comes and like writes something on there, and then like they go and someone else comes like the next day or whatever and writes something. But since it's both of their truck routes, they cross over and they're having full on conversation. And it starts off like your classic like insults, but then it slowly like turns into a love story.
They start to get each other. Like they make good points. They're like, I see your point about illegal immigration, and I also could see it's like,
Maybe we should meet up sometime? Question mark.
and then like one walks
And
in
then
on the
like
other
he
one
scribbles
writing.
it out. He's like, oh no.
Oh, that's so sus. And then they just smash in the stall. Dude. The end. No, that's pretty
So
hot.
if there's a Netflix series coming out,
I'm sure
sponsored by In the Bit,
Disney would probably pick it up. Dude.
Disney needs to pick it up.
Yeah. No, that's funny. Him scribbling it out, being like trying to make the first move, being like, "I'll be in Charleston tomorrow."
The scribbling it out is so funny. Just writing over, be like, "F you."
Oh man.
But yeah, no,
What were we even talking about that led us to this? Oh, just
like political discourse
political
on
at
like
the park. Yeah.
Yeah, no. So, what else is new? Anything else up with you? Otherwise,
let's see. Mid launch. Oh, dude. So, I told you, I really wanted to read something interesting, but I'm not even gonna lie and said I read something because it wasn't gonna happen.
Sure.
So I was driving back from, I think it was post roast? No, it would have been post roast. Went to Pennsylvania to see the fam, and we went on our way back. And I just started watching like YouTube, basically documentary. I think it was
while you were driving.
Yeah.
Nice.
I risked the wife's and the dog's lives because Daddy wanted a little education for the pod. That's some interesting talking points. So I started watching like History Channel like episodes about Nikola Tesla.
Okay.
Yeah, so I used to be like kind of super interested in him in college, and then kind of fell off. So then I was like, kind of want to get back on that horse.
Okay.
Dude, so I was watching him, not him live, but
Nikola Tesla has a podcast.
Yeah. Do you know a lot about him?
I know no, not a ton, but
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I retained a lot of this information, but I retained enough to like maybe sound interesting.
Okay.
So, number one, Buddy was like the smartest dude in the world. Like Einstein even said he's the smartest guy in the world while Einstein was there, which is sick. That's like MJ giving props to LeBron, being like, "Yo, you're the GOAT." He's like, "All right, thanks." So anyway, he was just killing it, being super smart. Thomas Edison, massive hater and also massive fraud. Apparently, like
Thomas Edison.
Yeah, apparently Edison was like the industry plant of like inventions. It's like they were like, this guy is the guy, and like Tesla was like, fuck that dude, he's a fraud. And apparently Edison like stole a bunch of shit. I don't know. Tesla came up under Edison, and then Tesla was like, this dude sucks. I'm doing my own thing. And now, if anyone knows anything about history, you're like, you're way off on this right now. Shut up. So anyway, so Tesla is. I didn't know, like, I knew Tesla was way ahead of his time, but dude, Tesla gets credited for like basically the technology he either founded or created, whatever, is he gets attributed for like cell phones.
Oh,
and
sure.
mind you, he died in like early 1900s. Like, but like they were saying he had cell phone technology back in like 1900, like early. Anything remote wireless, like X-rays, fluorescent lighting, and then.
Did he actually make all this stuff, or did he like make one little part? So
I think
now
he gets
they're
a credit.
Kinda, like, everyone's like dick riding.
The technology
a little
that goes into Teslas is based upon him too, as well. Basically the type of engine he like.
Are you sure that's not just a coincidence?
No, no. Dude, and that's also what I never knew this. And this is prior to the Tesla documentary that I watched. I saw it on Twitter. There were so many electric cars, not like mass produced, but there were a ton of companies trying to make electric cars back in like the late 1800s, early 1900s, until big oil shut it down.
You don't say.
Yeah, no, right?
Okay.
But like
now we're in my territory.
Yeah, no. Oh, dude. So I'm gonna get into more of your territory too. But I was watching all these videos, and then it came like those two paths crossed when I was watching the Tesla, because he was saying that Tesla wasn't, at the time he was big on trying to produce electric cars as well.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't the only one. Even Edison was in it, like that fuckboy. Some of the other companies. But what's so funny? This actually isn't that funny, but it's kind of funny to me. Edison was like pushing he was working with Ford to make electric automobiles, and then randomly Edison's plant gets burned down to the ground.
What?
And he was like, I'm done with that. So,
that's a tough one.
Yeah, that's sick.
Wasn't Tesla also attributed with like he was trying to make wireless electricity or some nonsense, which I don't understand how wired electricity works,
dude,
let alone wireless.
It's all magic. But no, so that was the coolest part. So Tesla was doing all this like really neat shit, and then he thought that everyone was like either ripping his ideas or like creeping on him, or he was feeling threatened that like someone was trying to kill him.
Was he like schizophrenic?
They kind of say that too, but he kind of does have some like legitimacy with it. So he leaves New York, goes to Colorado Springs to set up his own like shit there, and what he's really trying to do is leverage the Earth's energy to have basically wireless electricity for free. in the world. Like, it was actually really neat how he was doing it. Apparently, he was able to light up, like, I think it was 26. It was some kind of lanterns across like miles away, right? Just like off of the Earth's like electromagnetic field. Like,
really,
this is way over my head as to how it works. But it was interesting to like watch how he did it, and they were even proving his like tests like accurate or whatever.
Was this like an episode of MythBusters?
No, it sounds like it. Dude, the guy that's like doing
like this documentary called MythBusters.
The guy that's the lead on this History Channel is like such a fake hick scientist too. He's like, we're gonna prove that Tesla was right, and then he's like, I understand this completely. And you're like, you're a
Checks
fucking
out.
idiot, yeah. But so anyway, Tesla comes back to New York, and your boy JP Morgan is a big investor at the time.
Okay.
And so Tesla's like, yo, he wants to open like his own, not factory, but like his own lab or whatever. And
JP Morgan does or Tesla?
Tesla.
Okay.
But he needs funding, and he tells JP Morgan that he's going to create this like massive, it's almost like this massive, not transformer, but like almost like I can't even think of what I'm trying to say now, but he's basically going to use this plant. He tells JP Morgan that it's going to be like a communication tower across the Atlantic, and JP's like, sick, I'll invest.
Okay.
But mind you, Tesla's always had this plan of like creating free wireless electricity.
Mm-hmm.
So then eventually he comes back to JP. He's like, yeah, all right, I know I said I wanted to do that. I lied. This is what I want to do with the plant.
Ooh,
he's like, I'm trying to make. Yeah, he goes, I'm trying to make free wireless technology. And JP Morgan goes, gay? he's like, that's so not cool. Because apparently at the time, JP Morgan had invested in copper wire because of how much the expansion of wire technology is going at the time. And JP's like, no, we're shutting this shit down, dude. And he's like, I don't want you to spread wireless technology for free. And so then JP Morgan goes on a basically just slanders Tesla's name after this. Like, he shuts it down, calls Tesla a con artist, tells the public and all other investors that all of his technology is just made up like snake oil shit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And then there were some other interesting points at the end of it where Tesla's like using the New Yorker hotel as like his next lab, but he's like using it because like they whatever. But yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting points about it. But they're like just the and that was the other craziest part of this conspiracy. So the main premise of this whole show is that Tesla had, when he died, like 80 containers. There was a different term for it, but like 80 containers of different inventions that he was making.
Oh, like a vault almost.
Yeah. So, but they only have 60. So there's like 20 missing or whatever.
Oh, like undiscovered?
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
And what's really crazy about this is that when Tesla dies, there's a couple days after he dies, then they find him, and they notice that definitely somebody's been in the room prior or whatever. But the crazy part is the person that is responsible for collecting all of Tesla's stuff when he dies is Trump's uncle. Ooh. Yeah, like Trump's uncle at the time. Yeah,
that's
dude.
Convenient. That's
and
convenient.
you wouldn't tell me that Trump's nephew
convenient.
all of a sudden becomes billionaire and president one day after.
But to be fair, have the Trumps like ever invented it?
Dude, probably sold all the things
true.
to the
Just
devil.
sold the
sold to the devil. Yeah, made a deal. But no, it's pretty
fair.
neat. And there's some other cool inventions too. So like Tesla, in addition to wanting to make all this wireless technology, when he starts to go broke for a while, he starts to get into making weapons like war, because this is like World War II.
He's like Tony Stark-esque.
Yes.
Okay.
So like he's like, yeah, I'm trying to make free wireless. That'd be sick. And everyone's like, again,
free wireless nuclear bombs.
everyone's like, we're not trying to do that, dude. We're trying to make money out here. And he goes,
Right.
sick. And then like Hitler pops up. And he's like, yo, F Jewish people. And Tesla's like, all right, I'll step in. So then Tesla like comes up with this concept of like I think they call it like a death ray or something, and like he's I know this sounds well. He doesn't call it a death ray.
Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy.
The media painted it as a death ray. There's like obviously it's way more complicated. Like I'm sure
Okay.
Tesla hated when they said that. They were like, "This death ray," and he's like, "All right, you're making me sound like an idiot now." But
It's a laser pointer.
Yeah. The whole concept was like he could shoot down he could shoot down planes from like hundreds of miles away.
Yeah, it's a laser pointer.
Yeah.
It blinds him.
And so he comes up with this premise, and I know I'm bopping around all over the place. It's been weeks since I've watched this, and I'm also an idiot. He tries to sell it to the U.S. The U.S. is like, nah, we're good. He tries to sell it to the U.K., and they're like, nah, we're good.
Okay.
and then he goes, all right, well, y'all ain't fucking with me. I'm going to the Soviet Union. And he makes a deal with the Soviet Union, and there's proof of this deal happening. And then I don't know how much longer until Tesla dies.
He's on his like bad boy phase.
Yeah.
I like how he was really like, all right, well, I'm gonna get mine then. If you weren't rocking my before.
Yeah, and then so that's when they think somebody intervened, and then that's when they think, and then also when Trump's uncle finds all of Tesla's shit, he basically like just says like, some of this stuff's fine, but most of the shit's junk. Like, he basically he's like, it's his job to say whether or not there's value in this stuff that he finds. And he's like, nah, it's all garbage. Don't worry about it.
The smartest person in the whole world.
Yeah.
They're like, probably it's fine to throw away.
Shred it.
Yeah. Like, you think that they would, when they're like going through like Elon Musk's house, they're going to be like, they're going to send like a normal person in and be like, all right, you go in and just like see if any of it's worth keeping. Otherwise, toss it. No, they're going to document like his like grocery list.
Yeah.
And like cross-analyze it for years to come.
Yeah. So no, I definitely want to read some more and watch some more, but it was super interesting. But yeah, a lot of good conspiracy level type of information coming out of that. Yeah, about like how he gets like totally pushed down in terms of like relevance and like fame, whereas like Edison gets propelled. And it's like, dude, if we just would have gave Tesla the keys, no pun intended there, the keys to the car. We could have had like wireless technology so long ago, and like we would have been like so far advanced. But
makes you wonder what do you think were in those like 20 barrels that got thrown away?
Dude, yeah, I don't know. What if it all was just bullshit though? It was like legit like death ray, like pew, pew, pew. He's just a senile old man.
The guy's actually doing him a favor.
Yeah,
actually,
they were like, oh, this is gonna be so embarrassing.
Well, hold on. This is actually a really a perfect segue to one of the bits I have. So I was listening on the radio or something about this concept of a porn buddy. So it's a military thing.
Hey, what are you doing right now? Do you want to watch porn?
No. So the concept, it's in the military. Like you and your like close friend or whatever. If like you go down and like die, it's his responsibility to go and like wipe your hard drive of everything. You know what I mean? And the same can be said if like there's like an affair or something. It's like giving all the responsibility. It's like, all right, if I go down, like you need to make sure that like no one gets a hold of this shit.
That's so funny. But that's real?
Yeah.
People actually, wow. They're like, I got a lot of kid porn.
I wasn't even gonna say that. Just like any tentacle porn. But yeah, no, it's because that would be the worst. To, like, that's what your loved ones find behind.
Just laying on the ground in Iraq or something, and you're just bleeding out. Just like,
David,
yeah.
delete the hard drives.
Like everyone thinks like your last words are like, tell my wife I love her, and you're like, go into the file.
The one that says grocery lists. The one that says nothing suspicious in this folder.
Just go to the kids snacks folder.
Oh,
I swear I'm a good person. I just get a little horny.
All right, now this is gonna be flagged.
Yeah, no, we're getting demonetized.
But no,
Damn it, this podcast is off to such a good start.
Yeah. Nah, I found that pretty interesting though.
Yeah, that's funny. Do you want to be porn buddies, but not in the way you meant it, like the way I said it earlier when I was like, I hit you with a text, like, what are you doing right now?
And I like that.
Trying to jerk off? Platonically?
Yeah. That is always the worst. Never mind.
Yeah, okay. I think I know what you're about to say when someone's texting you.
Yeah. When like
you're
when
like, fuck, come on, dude.
Like when you're since you went there, it's like when you're jerking off, and then like one of your boys texts you, like, especially since we text each other like just gay stuff all the time.
And it's such a giveaway of all of a sudden it's like he's Paul's notifications. Oh, yeah. He's in do not disturb mode all of a sudden. It's 6 p.m. What the fuck's he?
But covered a lot of mine so far without even looking.
Oh yeah, dude?
Actually, this little segue here now that I do have it open up. All right,
Yeah, doing some Tesla shit over there.
So since you were talking about like what you were listening to / watching, I was watching that documentary series on Netflix about the Malaysian Airlines flights.
Oh, I did want to watch this. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. It was a little bit lackluster. They like give
Did
you
they
all,
ever? Sorry to cut you off. Did they ever find where it was? Are you spoiler alerting me?
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything here, but not really. They found so it gets into basically. Here, I'll start from the beginning. So, for those that don't know, there's this plane. It goes up, and actually, I'll talk about it a little more in detail. So, it's flying across from towards Vietnam, basically, and during since it's two overlapping. What do you call it? Air zones. They kind of have a handoff, right? So it's all right, you're now leaving Vietnam's airspace. Have a good rest of your flight, and then the next minute, you're in control, or the next airspace has control of your plane, basically, right? So as soon as they say all right, you're now leaving the space, have a good night, the pilot's like, all right, thanks, have a good night too, and then 10 seconds later, all of the electronics go dark in the flight.
Damn.
Which is completely unnatural.
Yeah.
Especially since it was right after everything was fine.
Yeah.
Right. So so first of all, that's never happened before. So then it is pretty funny on the first episode because they're talking about how much the CEO is freaking out, and the chief operations officer, he's like, I don't know what happened. The planes don't just get lost.
Oh yeah, that's tough.
But the crazy part is that they just couldn't find it for a long period of time. But so there's kind of a time range on when it would have ran out of fuel. Right, so if they lose it for an hour, it could have gotten hijacked and went and landed somewhere else, whatever. But after 9 hours, for example, there's no way that's still up there, right? So after
unless it was strong wind,
yeah,
kind of like a paper airplane.
Okay, that's how planes are. He's just playing with the rudders there.
He's nothing's working, but it's pretty windy out. We'll be fine. It's like a kite.
You think it's still up there, actually?
It could be.
But no. So all right. So let's say it's 8 hours, right? So now it's hour 10, and there's clearly no way that it would still be up.
Right.
So the company, Malaysia Airlines, brings all the families in, and they're basically telling them there's no way, unfortunately,
we're not refunding the flight.
But that's a good point. I wonder how much flight miles they got.
They were well, we can't find them, so we can't prove they're dead. Maybe they stole the plane. You ever think about that?
You think it's bad when you lose one
yeah,
luggage?
try losing a plane. You guys gonna pay us for the plane?
But no. So it's 10 hours. After 8 hours, it would have been out of gas or whatever.
Right.
And someone's phone goes off because first of all, they were talking about how it was strange. You know how whenever your phone's turned off and someone tries to call you, it goes straight to voicemail.
Right.
They were talking about how weird it was that none of their phones were going to voicemail. So they were all calling their loved ones, and it was ringing, and they were getting a dial tone, but it wasn't going to voicemail. And they're like, what the heck? So and this was even up till then. So now while they're in this whole big meeting, they're announcing that and everything, everyone's freaking out. Someone's phone's ringing, and it's one of the people that was on the flight that calling the loved one.
What?
First of all, this the chick who, sorry, don't mean to bash her, but she holds it up and she's like, "What should I do? What should I do?" And spends probably 30 seconds waving around, "What should I do? What should I do?" And then they're answer.
It's not like a hostage call where we need to tap in, we need to get into this.
Yeah. I think that eventually everyone's answer it. So that she answers it, and then they hear a brief second, and then it hangs up. Yeah, so it's you probably should have instantly picked up on that bad boy, but
Damn, man, that was someone going down too. They were like, all right, I'm gonna get on one last call. They're like, 3 fucking rings? Are you serious?
But yeah, so I think that's the most interesting part. There is one funny part. There's this guy who he kind of reminds me of the one owner of the one bar around here, not Edward Seach, a different
He's not
one.
a great guy
you know
like
what I'm
Edward
talking
Seach.
about. Anyways, but he's just like a heavier set guy. and
Oh, I
everything.
know what
Yeah,
you're talking about.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
fucking shithole.
Anyways, he's like, I guess he's like a pirate, like a treasure hunter type guy. I don't know. His whole entire story is, as soon as I saw that flight went down, I knew I wanted to be the one that like found the airplane. Which, like, okay, but you also have no experience. So he like spends, I guess, like a couple months like tracking different people that would know where it would be, and they're like, oh yeah, like check the Caribbean or something like that. It wasn't that, but like they said, check this one area. He's like, got it, I'll do that. And then he ends up finding like 3 pieces when no one has found anything for like a year and a half.
Damn.
Yeah, and then they're like, okay, like that's a little strange that he found all of those, but then like he goes somewhere else and finds more. And then he goes somewhere else and finds more, and he's the only one that can find this. And again, he's just like this heavier set dude like, with no experience.
Planting
like
fake like metal, like
that's what they're saying. One of the conspiracies.
oh, look
either,
at this. It's definitely Malaysian Airlines.
It looks like a plane.
Like it's a screw, dude.
So one of them is saying that it's either he's planting it or like he's planting it on behalf of like part of the cover up. So. I wish they went into a little deeper some of the conspiracies with it, but also I know they want to be respectful for T's and P's.
T's and P's.
Lost.
Absolutely insane level of like confidence / delusion to be like, I can go find a plane.
Right.
Like, you know how big the world is, and like just it's probably in the ocean. Like, last people that went in the ocean to go look for something didn't work out well for those boys.
Yeah, no, I thought it was funny that he was like, as soon as I saw it, like it was going down, it's like, I want to be the one that finds it.
Yeah, no, I want to go rummage through people's shit.
Well, and that was another part of the conspiracy was when he found that first piece, he found it on like a super remote like island that no one there speaks English, but he happened to be with like a ton of like news crews and everything at the exact time. It's like, it's a little funny.
Yeah, it would be cool though if he like did that and just found pieces in like the best areas in the world. Like he was in like St. Lucia, like where we went for the honeymoon. He's like, oh look, planes. I should probably stay here for a couple weeks. You guys should probably put me up at the Sandals Resort.
Especially since I'm the only one finding it for the record.
He's just out there with a shitty metal detector. No, that's cool. I do kind of want to go check that out because, it's super interesting that we could lose a plane like this. Like nowadays, like it's crazy.
There's also some cool stuff because obviously, like I said, the docuseries was good, but it was a little lackluster to me.
Yeah.
So I went on to the Reddit. That's where you're gonna find the good conspiracy theories.
Like
so, so what were you gonna say?
I want to talk about the lost dog conspiracy, the local conspiracy. But after you keep going, keep going.
We'll come back to that.
Yeah.
We'll put a timestamp in here. Probably not, but but no. So the latest conspiracy theory on it, which is actually sick. I'll have to find the video and show you later. Is there was like this like leaked footage of the plane getting like basically abducted by aliens, like 3 lights like coming around it and like circling it and everything, like and allegedly it's like from a reputable source, but again this is Reddit, so but it looks sick. The video is really sick.
I mean, everyone can make a pretty good edit or a video,
so
like AI,
you want to tell the
yes.
dogga stuff?
That shit is so funny to me, dude, because we always talk about like how everything becomes a conspiracy now. And I love local drama, especially when like anything gets political, like the whole Edward Teaches thing.
Right.
There's been a dog missing, and I'm telling you guys, I've already told him and shared it with him. There's been a dog missing for like 2 years, 2.5, whatever. It's pretty sad. It's Jinx. The guy puts posters up everywhere, and like has been trying to find this dog for so long. It's the most genuine. Like I'm on the Facebook page. It's like he posts like pictures of the dogs from like previous Christmas. It's the most genuine thing ever. So somebody put on Reddit that they think it's all a sham. And they're like, yo, cut out the posters, man. This is so sad. And he comes with like 4 facts or like 3 facts. He's like, I've never seen a picture with this guy and the dog together. He's like, I forget the other points that he makes, but he thinks this guy's just doing it just for like fame, I guess, or like local attention. He's like, cut the act, dude.
And he's like continuously defaming him too. Like the guy like hating on him is probably posting just as much as the guy that lost his dog. It's like consistently like, cut out the act. we can all see right through it.
And like what would this guy like? Literally just. I don't know, just sympathy from everyone. I don't know. He hasn't asked anyone for money or even to help, like, do anything. He's just like, hey, if you see my dog, like, can you help? Even offered a reward. And this guy's a phony, dude.
Yeah, like, in the one article he showed me, he had like 10 facts. Like,
yeah.
Like a full breakdown.
Yeah.
He had a better docuseries than Netflix.
He's like,
had.
he's like, this. Yeah. He's like, the dog's not registered at all. Like, this shit was funny, dude. Local drama cracks me up.
Speaking of local drama, did the one thing that Logan sent to you and I, that chick was talking about Edward Teaches, didn't her thing say that he got arrested?
The night of the incident?
No, it said that he got arrested. I could be spreading even more misinformation.
You're talking about the owner?
Yeah.
I don't think
I thought
so.
that I don't know. I thought that some chick said that he got arrested.
Nah.
And then I looked it up, and he definitely isn't arrested.
So where the Edward Teaches story gets real juicy is, and I forget if I shared the article with you. So yeah, no, I definitely did. So there's the incident that happened at the bar with the singer, her friend, the owner, apparently getting a little rowdy.
Oh, right.
But then there's the separate incident of somebody tampering with their beer.
Right, I think that's the tie-in that they must have been making. Yeah,
and that's the interesting part. Where so again for you guys, somebody tampered
You've been following along with the the drama from the last episode.
So obviously, there's the altercation that happens at the bar, and then the beer gets tampered with in like a Harris Teeter or a Lowe's, whatever, like the shopping or foods.
They basically put stickers on that said like Edward the owner of Edward Teaches is a rapist, something to that effect, right? Like some type of hashtag and a sticker. And then because obviously that they'd gotten into that, I think they also think that it was probably tampered with, so that they ended up having to throw away all of that beer and everything. So there's a whole nother kind of like side act of that going on. And
so the beer starts getting pulled from all the shelves because people are worried more from a safety concern of the beer. But then everyone thinks it's actually like a protest, that people are like protesting the beer company because of the incident. And then it turns out the person that tampered with the beer is an ex-brewer at Edward Teaches and now works at a rival brewery right down the street. Yep. And they say he acted alone. Real interesting, dude. Real interesting. That's all I'm going to say. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. But
I don't know.
I don't know. That's the newest part. We'll keep you updated.
And then Trump just gets sued for $350 million. I mean,
Super Bowl happened.
Super Bowl happened.
Fuck me if I'm wrong, but the 49ers won, right?
No, I have to fuck you, right?
Yeah. That was a classic old school. No. I don't know. It's stupid.
Oh, dude, I heard a good dad bit today. Not even a dad bit. It's actually a pretty good. I think it's a good dad comeback. So you know Charles Barkley?
Yes.
So he was on the NBA All-Star. He was like commentating it. And him and Draymond Green were talking shit back and forth to each other. And Draymond Green was like, he asked him how much his suit cost. And he was like, it's $1,000. And Draymond's like, yeah, it looks like it. Classic like that line. Charles Barkley comes back with, who was asking about you the other day? And he goes, who? He goes, nobody.
I
was like, damn.
That's like a classic like middle school burn, actually.
Dude, but when an old man says it, that's so funny.
Nobody. That's sick.
Charles is the man, dude.
But,
you want to go into some bits?
Yeah.
Give the people what they came for?
Yeah, so...
Stop talking smart shit.
This one's, I guess it's technically a bit. Yeah, it's a bit. It's a little slanderous, but whatever. So, if women made 70 cents for the same work as a man...
Yes.
You know how hard it would be to get a job as a man? Because think about it. As an employer, I'd be like, okay, sick. I'm going to pay this woman cheaper. I'm hiring all women. Like, from an employment standpoint, I'm like... Women apply only.
This show is turning into Ben Shapiro's show. This is literally a point I think he made.
Oh, all right, got it.
Brandon Shapiro.
I'm saying it's like a funny point.
I know, it is funny. This episode's gonna get crushed in the algo.
That's true. Yeah. We're like, I wonder why we're not getting picked up by anything.
Why didn't we get the standard 40 views we typically get?
Okay.
Now women do suck though. No,
I never said that. I just said how funny it is that that's an argument.
Now it would be funny if it was it was more openly accepted, the wage gap, and then when you went to argue your salary, they were like, well, we could hire this female for 70 something. You're like, fuck, I gotta take.
Yeah, salary negotiations would be rough.
Yeah.
I would be going to my boss and be like, I really think I deserve a raise. I'm like, do you? Because we can hire a woman for and get a 30% reduction in cost tomorrow. So.
That's funny.
What you got?
All right, so I got two here that are going to go together. But remember I forget if it was the last episode or the episode before, when I was talking about how funny it is when life goes to virtual reality, and if you could easily flick a switch whether you have a good life or a bad life.
Yep. Two
things. Number one, I think it's when people are always oh, you have it so well, in terms of there are other people in the world that have it worse than you.
Yeah. That'll
be a cool thing about virtual reality I hope, is that we have leaderboards so you can easily see who has worse than you. It's like a Peloton score and you're just flipping through. Yeah.
Oh yeah, look, I guess I am in the top 25%. Yeah. Exactly.
But then somebody's going to be at the bottom of it. So then when they hit him, they're like, no, I'm actually fucking ranked 8 billion. And then the next part was, and I guess this could be a good or a bad thing, but when we move to VR, we're gonna get robbed of, but there will be a new version of it. Is you can't fucking shoot up your office anymore when you have a bad day. You have to shoot it up GTA style.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like they've got to do some. I recently watched Ready Player One. Have you seen that movie?
No.
Oh, so it's basically the same. Actually, it's not quite like living in a simulation, but it's, there's a whole nother world out there, like the metaverse and all of that. But basically the idea is when you die, you lose all your shit. So you could have something like that where it's basically it respawns you. So you could have 10 years worth of shit in game that you lose.
Okay. So. Yeah. So it's when you die in GTA and you come from the hospital and
you're
oh, I can't toggle through my guns anymore.
Yeah. Oh, there goes my bitcoins.
Yeah. It's is it Mario where the coins come out, or is that what's the? No, it's Sonic. Sonic when he loses the coins. It's boing! My bitcoins, no!
Or you would go to do that, but then I don't know. I feel like they'd have to cut it and be like, all right, as soon as you pick up the gun, they would the owners would have to know, all right, we're gonna put him in the universe that he can do that.
Yeah.
You would kind of get teleported to a COD universe.
Yeah.
Real time before you just murdered people.
Yeah, you just get thrown into fucking anarchy. They're like, you think you're a badass? All right, you're gonna go to fucking legit hell. And we're putting on feelings in this or in this VR. You can feel these.
Full haptic feedback suit.
That's fine.
Let me see what else I got here. I'll talk about that one. This one's good. So we actually
it better be, dude.
Shut up. We actually talked about this one a little bit, and then again edged ourselves with it, so we had to stop.
Fuck,
so it's the new, because David and Logan, they have 2 dogs, and they're constantly trying to innovate ways that they can train them better, which is a really polite way of talking about torture, right? So, one day I'm go over, it's a water bottle. The next, they have the little vibration collars. The last time I was over there, they have the little dog whistle boxes or something. So I was like, okay, they're really just trying, because it's only for when they're barking loud and stuff, right? But we were talking about how funny it would be for psychological warfare on your dog.
Yeah.
So, for example, whenever you leave the house, put on the arms of an angel, like animal abuse like on repeat on the television, just to show them how bad it could be.
Just Mike Vick highlights.
Or even like doing things like straight up like sleep deprivation.
Oh yeah, just waking them up nonstop all the time.
But it would be funny to have like an agency, like like they have different dog training agencies. Like you're like pioneering a new way of dog training,
torturing the bad behavior. I'm like waterboarding my dog every time he barks.
You're waterboarding. Yeah, you think the little squirt bottles do something?
Fill up a whole bowl of water. He's fucking pumped about it. I'm like, this episode's getting crushed, dude. Fuck.
But
no, I love my dogs, but yeah, we do invest a lot in shaping them up. We we treat our dogs like how rich parents that send their kids to like private school and pay for like a bunch of really nice things for them. Like that's how we treat our dogs. We give them everything, but we expect so highly of them that we get so fucking pissed.
They're like, look at this life you have.
Yeah. Want me to take this away from you? Fucking leave.
That's funny. We expect so much from them.
The pressure's getting
You don't know how lucky you guys have it.
Oh my god. Ugh.
That's funny.
All right, this isn't even a bit. This is just a talking point, but you know what really pisses me off is when I go onto a website and you have to select what country you're from and the U.S. doesn't pop up first.
Yeah.
That shit made me
That's a
so
tough-
irate the other day.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, like for no reason. Like I and I'm not even like super like I'm patriotic like that guy, but I was just like, it's so fucking annoying to have to scroll to you. And you're like, come on, man. Like I know the majority of the traffic to your website's from the U.S.
Right.
And we're also, we won a couple wars, dude. We deserve to be on top of the fucking list. Like,
I feel like it's the whole idea of like, oh, we have to like show equality.
yeah,
here,
no, it
something
totally
like that.
is. Like, dude, put us at the top. Put us above fucking whatever country starts with an A. I don't care.
Also, to be fair, they have like cookies and all that tracking stuff. You can't just figure it out.
Yes, they all do.
The site's in English.
Yeah.
I'm
me
probably
off,
not
dude.
in Afghanistan.
When I have to pick my country, I have to pick my fucking state, I have to enter my own address. I'm like, dude, just steal my data and put it in. Like, so fucking tired of this. But no, dude, when I see like, oh god, that shit gets me going, and then I gotta scroll down. Ugh. Anyway. Fuck you guys. We invented the internet. Should start bombing companies that don't put us at the top.
So this actually isn't even the clip I wanted to show, but we'll show it. So, little premise for this bit. I don't think we've talked about Ultimate on here, have we?
Oh,
So
no, we haven't.
I was gonna introduce that bit.
We
So,
should, yeah.
Yeah. So, AUDL, American Ultimate.
Potentially a sponsor.
That would
We're
be
going to
sick.
get a team one day with the money you guys give us from this podcast.
That would be sick. So the backstory is basically, before even jumping into it, I was over at David's family's house. We'd gotten blacked out. Not blacked out, just had very drunk.
Pretty drunk, yeah.
Very drunk, and we're just like hungover. Like the next day, like kind of just like hanging out, like looking for like what sports were on and everything, and nothing was on except like on one of those FSN channels or something, and it was Ultimate Frisbee Championship. We're like, what the heck is this? Like, let's check it out. And then it was actually kind of like funny. We're like, oh, we're thinking it's gonna be like the same caliber as like professional cornhole.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're tossing it on, and then we're just like jokingly like acting like sports commentators on it. Like, oh, he lines up. You can't give him that type of space.
Oh, and they also had like little sayings for their deep. They were like, "Oh, they're doing like the snakes in the grass kind of defense," and you're like,
and
"What the
like,
fuck does that
the
even mean?"
classic snake in the grass.
Yeah, the old steel curtain, and you're like, "What the fuck?"
The steel curtain. But yeah, so we were like, I think we like cracked a couple of beers and like we really started getting into it. And the game we ended up watching was the championship game of that year, and it was the New York Empire. Shout out Empire if you want to sponsor us.
Yes.
So we were like, that's got to be our team now because they just won the championship. Come to find out, they've won the last like 15 years.
Yeah.
By like 30 points.
We're basically we're that version of this league of like people that started watching baseball when the Yankees were dominating, or the Cowboys, I guess would be more relevant. But like, yeah, imagine just like watching the Yankees as your first baseball team ever in like the 1920s, and you're like, I guess this is it. Like, But yeah, we watched them that championship, and that's been our team since. But then what also got me fired up is then we watched. There's an Olympic version of Ultimate Frisbee that we watched, and one, it just got us fired up because we were drinking brews, trying to be a little patriotic at the time. But then two, it was funny how the commentators talked about the other teams. Like,
yeah, it was insane.
Wasn't it an Asian team? Was it Japan?
Yeah,
I think it was Japan. And they were like, "Oh, they can jump for little guys," and I was like, "Yo, yo,
like, you can't say that."
Yeah.
Another funny video was when, we just spent the entire day watching Ultimate Frisbee. It was awesome. But it was, again, it was like another Olympic game, and I think it was like a Canadian guy. He was just tackling.
Yeah.
So the whole thing with like Ultimate is it's like, it's a like minimally contact sport, right? You can bump into him with inertia, but this guy's like straight like going through tackling, and this is an Olympic, like just like blatantly disregarding. So I figured just to kind of add to the bit, we'll see how well we can do with this. We'll edit it in like over top of us or something. Let us know what you think of this. Might start off a little podcast just for AUDL.
Streaming? Yeah.
So this is Empire in Carolina. Let's see what we got rocking here.
For the fans listening, sorry.
Well, we're going to commentate for it.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go, and it's hand blocked by Randolph.
All right, good touch, good
Oh
touch.
my. 10 seconds left for Randolph.
You can't
and
give
the
Yacht
Empire.
that type of room. You can't
Oh,
give
yeah.
Yacht.
And tosses
That's a
up in the
banger.
air.
That's a banger.
The disc is spinning.
Along with
We hit a
Fisher,
jump.
shot-
Oh, what a snag by.
I see.
did he
That
beat
was
the
Yacht.
buzzer with a
Yacht to
throw?
Marquise.
Marquise
And the first score for
Brownlee
Marquise.
has the goal
Marquise
with no
Brownlee
time
wins
left.
the championship
And New
game.
York takes a 3-goal
That's just a
lead.
fundamental throw we like to see here, dude. Not a lot of teams practice this. This is what we call a 1-2 shooter.
Yeah.
See, look, there's the 2, and then here's the
Yeah,
3.
and Jack, no, I mean, that's just, you can't write it any better, right?
Yeah.
Jack Williams to Ben Yacht over left side. Ben Yacht, he has that height.
And they
And
practice
Marquise
that every
Brownlee
day.
gets open, boom, touchdown.
And
Well,
also-
score. I don't know, whatever.
The ALDL is so funny, though, too, because we found a cheat code, and it's black dudes. And, like, the ALDL is, like, and we're going to go back to the baseball reference. You could put it, no, actually, basketball would be better. It's like before black people started playing, like that, we're starting to see the early signs of like integration of other races in the ALDL. Like there are teams that like, I feel like it was the Empire played Philly, the one episode or the game we were watching. Philly's not a good team at all, and Empire again has been dominant. Philly almost beat them because they had a fast black dude that could jump, and they just threw it up to him every time until literally the Empire were like, we're gonna put our tallest guy on this dude and just like shut it down. But the league's fun to watch, dude.
Yeah.
And we're going to try to buy a team.
Oh, that was another part of this bit. Well, and again, we've been working on these bits for this for a few years now. But so we were thinking, okay, how much could a team be? Just exploring it, maybe it's like $1 million or something, or like 500,000. What was it, like $10,000?
It was like $5,000.
Yeah, it was like $5,000 or $10,000 for like a professional team, and this is their like NFL. But and then I was like doing more research on it. That's because it has a burn rate of $200,000 a year. Like it has a net operating loss.
The worst investment ever. And we're making it.
But we do have this one business idea, and don't you motherfuckers dare steal this, I swear. But just like buy that team and treat it like the Shorebirds or something, or like like a minor league team. Just have like dollar beer nights.
Just ruin the credibility of the league.
Yeah, like make it like the Banana League.
Yep.
You said.
Yeah, the Savannah Bananas, dude. Yeah. Just have like dollar beer nights, hot dogs getting thrown around. Like fans can play sometimes. Like just make it like the Harlem Globetrotters of the league. They'd be so pissed. They'd be like, "We want this league to be legit."
And we're like, "Well, we don't want to lose $200,000 a year." So
yeah, if you put dollar beer nights there, the stands are getting packed.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you that. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll come back to that. But today was actually their tryouts.
Really?
Yeah, I sent you something.
Damn,
for
we
it.
should have went.
Probably not.
So the other day I was looking at. I think it was Ben Shapiro actually. Ben Shapiro and Elon Musk went to Auschwitz.
Okay.
Just to go take a peek, I guess. Whatever.
Peek.
Yeah,
Okay.
they took a tour and cool, whatever. And for whatever reason, I just immediately in my head I was like, because I always find it funny when you look at anything on Google, there's always a review for anything, right? Like
Right.
I've gone to look at like a natural park before, and someone would be like 2 stars. That place fucking sucks, and you're like, it's literally a mountain. Like, and they're like, yeah, no, the views weren't great, or like something like that. So I was like, all right.
Wait, so you
There's
looked it
tickets
up
for Auschwitz. So I looked up reviews. Maybe I'll drop some here.
Oh, jeez.
I didn't look through them all, but I immediately sorted by worst to best. And somebody wrote, they say the camp's active, but I didn't see any Jews Saturday.
What?
Yeah. Which is so crazy that
Some
Google
people
didn't
shouldn't have
flag
the
that and remove it.
Some people should not have the internet.
Yeah. So that's just a fun thing to do whenever, like, but then it got me to think, too, like, what other funny things could you look up to see, like, review? Like, the Twin Tower, obviously, Memorial would be so sick.
That'd be a tough one.
Yeah. People are like, I came to see him. They're not fucking here anymore.
There's only one.
Yeah.
Not
You know, is
as
there twin
advertised.
beans?
I saw a postcard from.
Yeah.
The place has really changed.
Yeah.
I really love what they.
So that guy can find Malaysian Airlines, but we can't find the fucking plane that hit this one? Or the one that hit the Pentagon all of a sudden? All right.
The renovations.
Never mind.
Did not look like the pictures.
I wouldn't have
from
knocked down those walls if I were them, dude. But
yeah, that's all the bets I had for today.
my last one I got here is, and this is just from watching a lot of pods. Why are there so many? And if they want to be a sponsor, we'll let them be a sponsor. Why are there so many ads for Blue Chew, like on TikTok even? Like they're hitting a younger audience. Like, are dudes just gay now? Like, I don't know. Like, why are we not getting hard? Like, I don't get it. Are the boys? You can be gay. Be gay. Like, there's so many ED commercials for young guys
Are
now.
they getting their money off?
I'm I'm blown away by this. I'm like, and like, I'm getting hit with the ads. I'm like, I'm the target demo. Like, what the fuck? Like,
That is funny.
But I don't know.
Dude's just gay now.
like, you can be gay. Be gay. And they like imagine like you're just like, I don't know why I can't get hard around girls. And you're like, I can tell you why.
Got to answer. Oh, that'd be a good one. Having erectile dysfunction, we've got a solution for you. Try dudes.
That's what you should try first.
Dude Chew.
That should be before taking any medicine that could potentially throw off your chemical imbalance.
You should
Try the other side. Like, kiss
That
a
would be
guy.
funny.
See what happens.
That would be funny if like your doctor recommended that.
He's like, listen, I can't do prescriptions until you at least check off that you've tried to fuck a guy.
Right, this can really alter your chemistry. I really just need to make sure that we've tried everything, exhausted all options.
And he starts like puckering his lips. He's like, so why don't you just kiss me?
That's funny. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one to end
that's
on.
funny.
I think.
Yeah, that's good. Anyway, like and subscribe,
watching.
comment. What are we gonna go out on? What song are you gonna play?
I don't know. We'll figure it out.
got
I
it,
hope you
yeah,
like it.
Yeah. Love you. Peace.
Podcast. The podcast. The podcast.
Was that the Daddy?